Hi, my name is Max Lee. I'm an associate professor in New Testament at North Park Theological Seminary. I've been teaching at the seminary since 2006. Prior to my arrival at North Park, I taught 3 years at Wheaton College and 1 year at Westmont College. And I was born and raised in the Bay Area in the Northern California. Grew up in born in the city of San Francisco. Grew up in the suburbs in an area called Richmond, East Bay. Went to college at the University of California, Berkeley, where I met my wife. I'm married for over 25 years. We have two children. One is in college, the other in high school. And I'm really excited that we'll be going through the world of the Greek language, its culture, and the challenge of translation as it affects the way we interpret and preach and teach the New Testament. I wanted to say a few words about why I study Greek. And I think I would introduce the importance of it by telling you a story about a friend. He's a pastor friend. He started a church plant in New York, but like myself, he was raised in California and wasn't well acquainted with some of the idioms that New Yorkers are so accustomed with. And I think one of his first challenges was just trying to order a cup of coffee in Manhattan, New York City. He went to a really busy cafe and people were lining up and he had to have his order straight. If he didn't, people would get grumpy and mad and yell at him from the back. So he had an idea that what he wanted was a cup of coffee with a little bit of sugar and a little bit of cream. And so when he went up to the coffee barista, he said, "Could I have a large cup of coffee, light cream, light sugar?" And the coffee barista said, "Sure, okay." And he started pouring a lot of cream and a lot of sugar. I mean, you can just hear the sugar pouring down and the cream pouring down. And my friend said, No. He said, "I wanted light cream and light sugar. In fact, very light cream, very light sugar." And the coffee barista said, "Well, why didn't you say so?" And he pours even more cream and more sugar. And my friend was just dumbfounded, but people were just so upset with him about taking so much time. He had to grab his coffee and go. And he later found out that in New York, light cream, light sugar doesn't refer to the amount of sugar and cream that you put in, but it refers to the color of the coffee. So if you want light cream and light sugar, that means the coffee has to be light colored. You're going to put a lot of cream in and a lot of sugar. And if you want very light cream, very light sugar, you're going to end up putting even more cream and more sugar. So he later learned that the term he wanted to say was he wanted dark coffee. If he asked for dark coffee, then they would put just a little bit of cream and a little bit of sugar. And the reason why I'm telling you this story is that even though they were using the same words, my friend and the coffee barista were not speaking the same language. My friend meant one thing and the coffee barista heard something else. And so we often do that actually when we read the New Testament. Because we think we know the words as we read them in English translation. Let's take the word faith. For some, faith might mean just believing in something. Others might have a robust understanding of faith and it might understand it as meaning trust. But the Greek for pistis in the New Testament is translated several ways. It means faith. It means trust. It means sometimes in secular discourse, in writers like Plutarch or Philo, it means loyalty or allegiance. In other words, to place your faith in someone is to entrust your whole self to that person. It involves a loyalty and allegiance that's permanent. It's drawn on the lines of fidelity and even faithfulness. And so to have your faith in Christ means to surrender oneself completely to the one you're entrusting yourself to. And if you understand that pistis, the word for faith in Greek, means something like that, then I think the way we read the New Testament, whenever the word faith pops up in our English translation, that might change the way we understand that the first step to respond to the gospel is, in fact, to place our faith and to confess that Jesus is Lord over our lives. And so this is just one example where one of the major goals, the primary purpose of learning the Greek language is that we can build a common vocabulary with the writers and authors in the New Testament, so that when they mean one thing, we don't think something else. The next step after this introductory video is, if you haven't done so already, please introduce yourself in the student forum. Tell me who you are and where you're from. Feel free to upload a video of your own, or simply type out your hello. And also make sure that you go over the pre-class preparation module. There's a pre-class preparation module where you'll be downloading Greek keyboards. You can type in Greek in Canvas for this semester, and there'll be all the basic tools you need to start off the class, so that you're primed and ready for the first day will be in that pre-class module. So hopefully you'll be able to turn to that soon, and I'll be conversing with you online in the days ahead.